All right, Maureen, I just opened up your file and I'm taking a look at it here to see what we got going on. Let me go ahead and close out of this and stretch my window out. Um, First thing that looks a little bit strange, but it's not a big deal, the perspective, that's actually on. But as I'm looking at this, this actually looks good. I mean, I see some stray lines around here, so when I zoom in on this wall, I can see an extra line. But if you use the eraser tool, you can go in and get rid of that. And as I rotate it around, I just use my orbit tool, but I can see that there are some extra lines. Like this one, I can see it sort of shimmering as I move in and out. So I'm going to look at this corner, and sure enough, in this corner, there's an extra line. So you can just use your eraser and get rid of that. I see another one that's right here, a couple here. Also, another thing, I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but if you just click with your eraser on a wall, nothing happens. So you actually have to go in and erase lines. So, and I saw a couple extra ones over here. So I'm just cleaning those up. But other than that, it's starting to look really good. So I think, what was your other question? You had another question about where's the locations of the doors. And so that's another thing that we can look at. All right. And let me close this guy out. Okay. And I see, I think this is this one over here. This is our 16-inch windows, but I guess from the inside, this actually looks correct as far as I can tell. So let me look in your folder real quick. Where isn't? There it is. Marine's documents. Let me find that floor plan again. There we go. All right, and as we look at this floor plan, we can zoom in and see where some of these windows and doors are going to go. So let me see if I go back and look over here. Move this over so I can see both. But I think, yeah, right there. Okay, so it looks like there's going to be a window right here on this particular wall. So what you can do is if you wanted to pull a guideline is maybe a good way to do this, but you could, for example, go in here and hover maybe over this edge. I need a horizontal edge. And it looks like that's going to be 6 inches over. All right, and then this one, for example, is going to be 2'8". And then I think it says that that's also 6 inches over here. So that is measuring about 9 7/16, so that might be off a little bit. But as long as that's the only thing wrong with that one, then that's okay. I guess the other thing I want to know is how thick are these walls right here? So it says that that is 9 inch. But I could go in and apply one of those windows that we were talking about. Um, and you can see that, I've got a guideline up here on the top, but I can line things up that way. So I go over to the File menu and I choose Import. And I go find the window that I created for you. Where'd it go? There it is. And I noticed also that this is grayed out. If I choose SketchUp files, which I saw that you did, it's still grayed out. But if I click on it and import, it will import. So that was something that was a little bit strange, but anyway, and I can stick this wall or this window here, for example, let's see, 2 foot. So that is a 32-inch window, which is what we're using in that other room. And I'm assuming that if the other ones were 27 inches up from the bottom, we could pull a guideline up 27 inches. And here's, seems a little bit tricky on this, but if I use my move tool and I grab this corner, I can move along the face on the red axis, hold the shift key, and then I can touch this intersection up here of the guideline. All right, and then that's lined up. Now if I want to, then I can come grab this bottom one and head down the wall. So it'll say on the face, hold the shift key, and as soon as it hits that line, then you can click again, and that'll line it up. And then you can go back and actually delete some of these lines. This is the case though. Remember when we talked about how this window doesn't cut through? So this is that case exactly. I would click on this, hold the shift key and click on the window and choose a right mouse button click to choose intersect faces with selection. Then I can click on the middle and delete. It didn't take it, so I can click again and delete and then go around the other side. This one again, for some reason, if I click and delete, it will give me the window, just like that. Right? And again, the same thing over here, and we can use that very same window that we were using. This one is a little bit off over here. So let's see what we've got. We know, for example, that if we have this, it was 32 inches. We had a 16 inch, and then we had another 32 inches. So that measurement looks like it might be off a little bit. So probably the best thing to do on that, even if we wanted to just kind of fudge a little bit, we could come over 32 inches, we could come over 16, and then come over 32 again. I could come over here and then use a push-pull to bring this out until it matches, because we know that those measurements are right. I see that this on the back side is going to cause us a problem too. So again, a couple different ways I could tackle this, but with the push-pull, I could click and then hover over here where this intersection is. Rotate to the other side of that. Use the push-pull tool, click, and then hover until it snaps. So you want the intersection of that guideline. Now I can go ahead and get rid of those. So I'm zooming out and then doing that crossing box. So I'm just going lower right to upper left and then hit delete. Now if I wanted to insert these windows, I could use my tape measure to bring up a guide, so 27 inches. And again, because I have used that component already, I could go to the window menu and choose components. From this little pop down here, I want to look at the ones in the model. And it will should show me that I have my little window. I could also search. No, I don't want to do that actually, because I don't want it to go out to the thing. There it is, Maureen's window. So anyway, if I click on that, then I can go ahead and snap right here. I could pull with my tape measure 16 inches over and then use the move tool. Click. Remember, toggle with the option key, move that over, and then I have my two windows. So, and I think that that's what that looks like. I know the radiator is right here in front. So, but again, if I go to this back side, it's not working correctly, so I can basically click on that frame, right click and choose intersect faces with selection. Click on the middle and delete it. Again, click, hold the shift key, click on the window, right click and intersect faces with selection, and then delete the middle again. And you'll see that that time it actually worked pretty well, so it didn't give me a problem on both sides. I'm going to get rid of that guideline, and I can get rid of this other guideline just by clicking on it and deleting, and that's how that works. Now let's take a look at one other thing. Oh, looks like my other share failed. But let's take a look at one of these rooms. So for example, here we know that there is a door that is sitting in here, I believe. Okay, there's a couple windows. There's a wall. All right, I'm gonna have to take a look at this, but give me a chance and I'll see what we can figure out.